All right, so today is day one. It's really week one. Last week was half week, right? Because when we just started Thursday, we ended Friday, whatever, we did introductions, okay? So today is really week one. And so I had Jakari write up what we're going to learn today. So we're going to go back to filming our PSAs. But before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about passion and finding your passion. I'm giving 5 minutes to each of you so I get to know you better and learn your life story. And that's what you were just working on in the first 5 minutes while I talked with Jakari. Okay? That was an amazing experience. Every teacher should give you at least 5 minutes at the start of the year to know your story. Okay? So I want to talk a little bit about passion. Because my wife and I had this discussion this weekend. And I said, I am passionate about teaching. I am passionate about what I'm doing. And she asked me a question about math. That's the guy's name on the paper, by the way. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
All right, good.
It wasn't Chip's guy.
All right. My wife is teaching pre-algebra in 6th grade this year. All right. Her school decided that it was time to have 6th graders take pre-algebra. So some of the kids, they were not ready for pre-algebra based on their FSA test scores. So those kids, we're not going to force them to take pre-algebra. But the kids that were ready, they have them in pre-algebra. Okay. The problem is when you do that, you're basically skipping 2 grade levels worth of math. All right? You're skipping 6th grade math, just general 6th grade math, and you're skipping 7th grade math. So she's been teaching 6th grade math for the past 5 or 6 years. So even though she is certified to teach pre-algebra, okay, she has to get the cobwebs off, okay? Because she has not taught pre-algebra in 5 or 6 years. So the first lesson is this. You guys have all had pre-algebra, I'm assuming, because I think everybody here should be in about Algebra 1, but if you're not, maybe you'll learn something right here. Can you please turn this into a fraction? That is the first lesson that she is doing. And so not only does she have to turn this into a fraction, but she has to figure out what did we learn today and why did we learn it. So when you try to tell a 6th grader who skipped 2 grade levels of math why we need to learn that, it's a tough discussion, okay? Because it's not something that we do that often, all right? So you are all supposed to be in Algebra 1. This is a pre-algebra concept. Who knows how to get it started? Does anybody remember how to get it started? So this is like a whole year, 2.5 years ago.
It's like 3, 4.
He's already estimating what the fraction is. All right. So the trick is this. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it real quick. You're like, why are you talking about math, Mr. Tyler? This is science, and you told me this is physical science, and it's not even physical science. It's Mr. Tyler's class. This is part of Mr. Tyler's class. Because math is everywhere, and I know people keep saying that over and over again, but let me break it down for you. I said I was going to give you 5 minutes of my time. You have to be able to count the 5 minutes. That's math, and that's simple math, and you're saying, I know how to tell time, and that's fantastic. I love it, all right? But the next part of that is if I work for an hour and I get paid minimum wage, which is like $7.80, I don't know, let's say it's $10 to make it easy, all right? If you work for 5 hours, you need to know how much you get paid. How much do you get paid if you work for 5 hours and you're paid $10 an hour? Ready, go.
$8. Wait, repeat the question.
Okay. You work for 5 hours, you make $10 an hour. How much do you make?
50.
Thank you. Okay, good. Very good. Now, you know why you need to know that because you want to get paid, right? And you want to get paid the right amount. But what you don't know is that you have to pay 20% in taxes and they take it out automatically and you're going to be saying, what is FICA? And you're probably going to use a different F word to explain what FICA is, okay? So these are things that they take out so that when you get to be an old guy like me and you retire, they have a little bit of money to protect you, okay? So I'm not an accountant, so that's my explanation for it. I don't pay attention to that very much, all right? I just know, I just give my wife the check anyways. So it's not like I touch it and it's like I'm counting money, dollar bills. It's direct deposit in the bank account, and my wife takes care of it all and tells me you can have $10 for your allowance or whatever. All right. So how do you solve this?
I think you move the decimal.
Okay, moving the decimal is a great thing to do. All right. If it was just, let's just say it's not a repeating number like that. Let's just say it's 0.72. How do I turn that into a fraction? There's a very simple way to do it, and I will do it in 1 second, and it is so easy. It is so easy you probably forgot how to do it. How do I turn that into a fraction? Put a 1 on top of it? No, this number actually represents. So what you are saying is if I have the number 1, and I can turn the number 1 into a fraction by putting it over 1.
Yeah.
If I have the number 3, I can turn that into a fraction by, oh, I'm going to do the wrong math. You're going to put that over 1, right? That's what you were saying? All right. You could do that, but you can't have a decimal in a fraction. So what can I do? You can't have a decimal in a fraction. That's why it's called a fraction, yes.
You can put 100 under it.
There you go, sir. And that's kind of what we're doing. So how do you write it now? Put 100 under it because this is the 10th place and this is the 100th place, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what can I write it over 100? What do I write? No more decimal anymore.
72.
72 over 100.
All right.
You
So
probably
right there,
simplify it.
genius level right
I
there.
like this math though.
All right? Genius level, okay? Genius level. Don't let anybody tell you different, sir. You just acquired genius level for today's lesson, okay? So
I have a
this one is a little bit harder because it is repeating, okay? It's a repeating decimal. Try not to sleep. This is life. This is passion. This is Mr. Tyler teaching math with a passion. How do you solve that right there, okay? Anybody want to get me started?
on what?
All right? This. How do you do it? This was amazing. That was genius level, all right? Even our genius level guy is stumbling a little bit, and it's okay because he hasn't done this for 2 years, and I hadn't done it for 20 years.
100 on top.
No, you can't do
It's
that.
repeating numbers.
It's not just moving things around above the line and stuff, so it's a repeating number. It's a little bit sneaky. So this is what you do.
It's not
N equals 0.72. And all of a sudden, oh man, there's a number in there. I mean, there's a letter with that number now. All right? What is this called again? This is called a variable. All right? Another genius level person out there. So now, what I need to do is I need to get rid of the decimal. Let's get rid of the decimal. So how do I get rid? How'd you do it before?
I moved it over 2 places.
You move the decimal over 2 places. Let's move the decimal over 2 places. How do you move the decimal over 2 places?
1.
Got that. That's physically how you do
Oh.
it. What did you do to make that happen? That is correct. What did you do? Multiply by
72.
100.
100. All right. So now it is 100n equals 72. All right. Now, what you do now is you subtract this value from the situation because this is 0.72 repeating. So now what I do is subtract n and subtract the value of n, which is 0.72, and I should have lined those up for you. And now you have 99n equals 72.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Now what do I do to write a fraction for what this is?
Put the 72 on top of the 99
Very good. And how did you do that?
because
That's physically what you do. What did you do?
because the 99 is going to be on the bottom because you're trying to make a fraction.
How do I move the 99 over there? How do I do it? Divide by
Nah.
99, and that turns that into 1. Yep.
Ooh.
N equals
0.72.
divide by 99, and I get 72 over 99. Can I reduce that fraction?
Probably.
What goes into both numbers?
9.
9. 9 goes into 72. 9 goes into 72.
1.
How many times?
1.
1. 9 goes into 72 one time? Somebody said it.
8.
8. What you mean? And 9 goes into 99 how many times?
9 what?
9 goes into 99 how many times?
11.
11. There's the fraction. We just solved for the fraction for this number right here, repeating decimal. That was a review from 2 or 3 years ago for some of you. mind exploding review. All right?
That was a little bit.
But today is not about solving this math problem. It was about combining your brains and working together as a team. And I am passionate about teaching. And it doesn't matter what I'm teaching. I'm going to try to give it to you and get you involved in doing this stuff. Can I get a thumbs up? Thumbs up. So today, the rest of the day is yours. And you're going to try to film some more of the PSA lab rule videos. So this is what you should probably do. All right, this is what you should probably do. Can you find me one of the lab rules? Can somebody take out one of the lab rules? There's one right there by the dude. Right there. No, the dude. Right there, look at my finger. Right there.
That dude.
There's an anatomy dude over there. So, we have this list. That's not lab rules. There's like 55 lab rules. There's got to be one over there I saw this morning.
So,
Anybody take out your lab rules so I can show it to the camera real quick, and then you guys are free to film it. So there's one on the ground below you. Here they are. Yeah. All right. So we have this paper. All right. And these are the lab safety rules. There are 55 of them, and I assigned you a certain set of numbers. And on Friday, you guys jammed out what skits you're going to work on. So please say the number that you are making your PSA public, not PBA, PSA.
you said PBA.
Sorry, I said the wrong thing. Sorry. PSA, public service announcement. All right? So, say what number you're working on or hold your finger up. All right? We're working on announcement number 5. I don't know, 115. Just say it. It's fine. What I will do is when I edit this, I will try to put a typed version. And if you can help me out and write or just say an abbreviated version. So, number 1 is conduct yourself in a responsible manner at all times laboratory. You don't have to write an abbreviated version for that. Just say it. I'm doing number 1. And I'm going to conduct myself in a responsible manner at all times in laboratory. That'll help me when I edit this and make a blank page and say rule number 1. It'll flash up there for 5 seconds, and then your skit will be there for 5 seconds, and we're done with rule number 1 in a 10-second period. Now do the best you can, because I don't want you to end up on the cutting room floor. All right, where can you shoot? Where can you shoot? What?
You shoot outside,
Outside.
in the classroom,
In the classroom, because we're going to say quiet on the set when you're filming, and
in the eye wash,
Upstairs.
not upstairs,
in the closet.
Whatever.
the back room, the back supply room. All right. So Miss Maxwell will probably hang out in here. I will probably hang out in the back room, and you guys are going to behave yourself when you go outside. We can't get in trouble. I'm trusting you, okay? That you are the young adults that you are that are respectful to the school and the property of the school. If you need any props, come talk to me. All right,
Yeah.
you can turn that off. They're ready to go.